been a while since I've uploaded anything serious on this channel. Looking from the outside in at the type of content I've been posting here, it probably looks like I've gone insane, which is only partly true. But it all started... That was supposed to be like a flashback sound effect. When I was about 14 years old, I was playing Fortnite and I was watching a Fortnite YouTuber while I was playing Fortnite, and he was live streaming, and I was looking at his chat and I saw people donating money. They were donating like $100 at a time, $200 at a time, and I was like, yo, what the heck? What if I became a Fortnite live streamer YouTuber? Then I could be rich and stuff. And I really want a lot of money because there's a lot of people in the world who have a lot of bad plans and they have a lot of money. So I kind of want to balance it out, because if I had money, I could do great things like build shelters and feed people and blah 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 blah. If you don't know, my end goal in life, in this life here, is to save the world. And why do I want to do this? Because of my idea of death. My idea of death is not necessarily when you go to the grave, but it's when virtually every remnant of you is engulfed by eternal nothingness and everything you've done was meaningless. You know, people say Steve Jobs is dead, but I disagree, because every time I take a cute selfie with my iPhone, Steve Jobs is in my hand. That's literally his creation, so it's an extension of himself, so he's still alive in a way. And I really just want to make the biggest dent in the universe as I possibly can before I leave. And I believe that the universe is really just the aggregate of all of our consciousness. So that means that if I want to leave a big dent in the universe, I just have to affect the lives of a lot of people. Now, I could choose the path of destroying the world, and that will leave a dent in the universe for sure, but I don't want to do that because maybe it's just human nature. I'm not a psychopath. At least I don't think I'm a psychopath. I love humans, I love everyone, and I want everyone to not have to endure immense amounts of pain. So yeah, live streaming. I thought I was going to become rich live streaming, and in retrospect, I could have became rich live streaming because I look at famous YouTubers like IShowSpeed. He had the same beginning as me, you know, with like Fortnite customs or Zone Wars or whatever, and he played his cards correctly, but I didn't expand. I kind of stayed static, and if you stay static, then you fizzle out. And really what I should have done was learn how to make quality videos along with live streaming, because videos are your bread and butter. They're like passive income. You make a video once and it can get views forever. I've always been interested in the idea of passive income because it's so cool to me that you can make money in your sleep. Honestly, I did experiment with the YouTube algorithm a little bit, and I did upload like quite a few videos, and a lot of time I thought that the algorithm just hated me or something, and I was getting into all of these nitty details of like why my videos weren't getting views, but my videos just were not what people wanted to see. And that's a big problem, overthinking things. Sometimes you have to act like an idiot to do stuff, because idiots just do stuff without thinking. You have to be an idiot but be an intellectual at the same time. And oftentimes if it's between an idiot and an intellectual, the idiot will usually get further. So yeah, I was live streaming, and around the end of my live streaming journey, I kind of started working with YouTubers at the same time, and I was editing their videos, and I was like, yo, I'm editing videos for these YouTubers. YouTubers are rich, so if maybe I am a video editor for YouTubers, then I'll become rich too. I was wrong. And I remember just stacking up clients, thinking like, all right, if I add more clients, eventually I'll get to $100,000 a year. And between editing and live streaming, I set myself back 2 years. At one point, I never missed a deadline. I always got videos on time. And I was editing a video for a client one night. I was staying up drinking coffee, like working on the video all day, all night. And while I'm editing the video, the arm that I'm using the mouse, something inside of my arm just snaps. And then I ended up missing the deadline. I had to message the guy. I said, hey man, I really can't finish the video. Something happened to my arm. And I was a pretty young guy at the time. I was like 15 or 16 years old. I'm 19 now, so I guess I'm still pretty young. But I thought I was just gonna go to sleep and then wake up the next morning and my arm would be perfectly fine, because that's usually what happens when I get injured at the age that I was, especially since it didn't seem like anything major happened. I was literally using a mouse. So I went to sleep and I woke up and I tried to use a mouse, and that same excruciating pain was still there. And I'm 19 years old now, so it's been at least 3 years later, and I can still feel the pain in my arm, but it's definitely nowhere near as bad as it was when it first happened. It's only slightly, and if I use the mouse a lot, then it gets worse. So yeah, I was laying in bed for at least a month before I even thought about touching the computer again. So I was like, all right, if I can't rely on my arm anymore, I have to start a business and I have to make real passive income that doesn't involve me grinding my arm out, making videos all the time. Not only did I find out that I couldn't rely on my arm, but I also found that I couldn't rely on anyone. Because I met so many people throughout this entire time and most of the relationships are over with now. You know, I've been editing videos for all of these years and I should have a great network of so many video editors that I can reach out to, you know, all the time. Like maybe if I needed someone to edit something for me, but no, all of these video editors, like most of them, I do not get along with, especially the ones who edit those Minecraft videos with those fruity subtitles. Because people are so jealous and they talk behind your back and they don't believe in freedom of speech. And they say one thing to you and then say another thing when they're in front of other people saying it to you. And there's just so many snakes. There's not men anymore. Love is something that should really just be unconditional. If you love someone and then you hate them, did you really love them in the first place? And I feel like there's so much hate in the world. And when Kanye West went viral and he said that he loved Hitler, I understood what he meant because I said something similar in the past. What happens if you have hate in the world? Let's say you're living in the same time as Hitler and you hate Hitler because what he's doing to the Jewish people. So you're like, Hitler, I hate you. I want you to die and I'm going to kill you. How can Hitler respond to that? But say you were loving to Hitler, your approach would be completely different. It would be more like, you know, hey man, why are you killing all those guys? I think that's really beneath you. And I'm not going to say that he just would have magically not done what he have done, but that at least opens up a conversation. And also, I'm not saying like if someone's attacking you to just stand there and ask them why they're attacking you. I believe in an eye for an eye. But to go without even trying to understand is kind of insane to me. And everyone who doesn't give people the benefit of the doubt is kind of just adding to this hate. Like if a guy is trying to kill his best friend, if you're just to assume right off the bat that he's an evil person, what benefit is that going to give to society? You know, maybe we could work this out, try to understand, and then find out, oh, he has schizophrenia. Then get him the help that he needs. And we understand that no one has had malice intent. And this is actually the core of what I'm trying to solve. I'm trying to create a new country. I need enough money to do it, but I want to create a new country. Like this is kind of my end goal, where there is no hate, where people learn to have mercy towards people and give people the benefit of the doubt. And not conditional benefit of the doubt, but benefit of the doubt to the max. Like someone could slap you in the face and you just think that maybe their hand could have slipped. I think that's the kind of energy that we need in order to sustain a world that is healthy and without hate. Because the time that their hand does slip and they slap someone in the face by mistake, if you hit them back, now injustice feels like it has been done to both people. The first person who got slapped in the face by mistake and the person who slapped the person in the face by mistake, because the person who slapped the first person in the face by mistake did it on accident because their hand slipped, and the person who got slapped in the face didn't do anything and they got slapped in the face. This is why we have to try to just give people the benefit of the doubt. But my whole goal is to create a new country. It's going to be a beautiful country. Kind of like what Dubai did, but better. I want to create a country and people will have to live by rules. And I want them to live by Quranic rules, like the rules in the Quran, because I think that's a very great source of how to live life. Because if you actually read it, you'll see that everything that it says sets up a society to be as healthy as possible. And once my country is built and I have people in there, people will see how beautiful my country is and they'll want to come to my country. And then eventually the entire world will come to my country, except for people who want chaos. The people who want chaos can be in there wherever they want to be, but my country will be my country. And if we get enough people in my country, enough people that there aren't people from the other countries, then my country can expand throughout the entire world and just get bigger and bigger and bigger until my country is now eventually the entire world. And think about it. Hate is really the only problem we have in the world. I'm pretty positive that it is, because if we all loved each other, we would all take care of each other. There's no way you could see someone on the street and not want to help them out. There's no way you could see someone in need of food, someone starving, and not want to feed them. There's no way you could see someone without shelter and not want to help provide for your shelter. Because if your child was on the street, your mother, anyone else, you would provide for them, unless you're a psychopath, and there would be no need for violence or anything. So I kind of went on a tangent, but that's really what I want to do on this earth anyway. So right now, where I am right now, I started a software company. It made more money than my YouTube channel did, like altogether. And I'm learning marketing. I made a ton of TikTok accounts. I've reached the max Google account limit that you can make, because I made a ton of Google accounts, because I just made so many TikTok accounts, experimenting, so many YouTube accounts. And I'm just trying to learn storytelling and trying to make it so that I can consistently tell a story that does well and gets millions of views. And to do that, I'm learning comedy, because comedy actually follows the story format as well. But it's a quicker version of it. It's a shorter version of it, because like you have the setup, the payoff, and blah blah blah. That's basically storytelling. And once I can get 1 million views, that's all I need to do. I just need to do that 40 times, and then I can make $1 million. Because with my company right now, I did the math already. It would take 40 million views with the conversion rate I have to make $1 million in a year, because people are paying about $10 a month for the subscription. And the conversion rate is something about like 3% of people who watch go to the website, 3% buy, or around those numbers. So yeah, I have a software company right now. I did spend a lot of time learning like about coding and web design, or not web design, but like the web, whatever the web stuff is, like handling servers and stuff, and requests, HTTP requests. And I've got a lot of things done. Like I sold nothing. I literally sold nothing. I created a website called getmynothing.com. I took it down now, but I was able to sell a few to people. Like I made TikTok videos of marketing, and one person bought 7 nothings. Like they were $1 each, and there was literally nothing. I was like, all right, well, I literally sold nothing. I mean, if people are willing to buy nothing, then why would they not be willing to buy something? So I'm just going to give them something. And it could be close to nothing, but it's something. But really, I want to do one more live stream on this channel. I was supposed to do a $10,000 Zone Wars or custom matchmaking match, and the winner would get $10,000. But that was only if I was going to end up editing videos for FaZe, and it didn't end up happening. So I guess when I get rich, I'll do a live stream, like a final live stream, or not final, because who knows? Maybe I'll just start live streaming on this channel randomly, and I'll make whatever it is, the $10,000 thing when I'm rich. And statistically, if you watch 50% of the video, then you watch the video all the way to the end. So congratulations for making it to the end. I know a lot of people, like a decent amount of people, probably did make it to the end, because I did say some interesting things, because I'm just an interesting person. I mean, you have to admit that. I'm a very, very smart. Good night.